Welcome to today's video and to a new corner of my home. This that you haven't really seen yet, I guess. My house is a little in disarray right now, and so I just wanted to come in a room that was a little more peaceful and record this video. Today I want to share with you all about postpartum. I want to talk about, first of all, my experience with postpartum. I'm going to share literally from the very beginning to now. I'm going to share some tips and things that really are really helpful with postpartum, with going through it, with your journey. And then I'm going to share just some words of encouragement at the very end, so stick around for that. First of all, my experience. The word to describe it, as I think a lot of moms would, is roller coaster. There was a lot of emotions, a lot, and a huge scale for those emotions of like the highest highs and the lowest lows. And I think that's just how it goes with a lot of people and a lot of times with postpartum. After I had Eliza and I lost so much blood that my body was in like double time, working extra hard to help me recover and heal and regain my strength, my energy, my blood. I was so weak. I was tired. I was incapable of moving further than from my bed to the bathroom. It wasn't until like the end of our second week that I tried going on a walk, my first walk and Eliza's first walk since we had been home from the hospital, and I didn't make it very far before I started feeling really dizzy and weak, and we had to turn around and go back home. And so, needless to say, the beginning for me was very discouraging. It was not at all what I envisioned, not at all what I saw other moms doing. I spent 90% of the time in my bed. I would come out into the living room to socialize with family once or a little bit during each day so I could get a change of scenery, something new, I had food brought to me in my bed every day, all 3 meals and snacks. I would get up to go to the bathroom, but that's really about it. I had to have Sam help me in the shower even. Like, it was that hard for me. And that physical toll on my body created then an emotional toll on me because I felt so sad inside that I was incapable of doing so much for myself. And then it moved forward to not only feeling sad that I was incapable of doing so much for myself, but also feeling sad that I was incapable of doing a lot for my daughter. And for me, that was something I cried over, that I thought, I haven't done a lot. I haven't changed her diapers. I haven't gotten her dressed. I haven't done a lot except for just hold her and feed her. And for me, that ended up actually making me very sad and emotional. I spent a lot of that time crying. I cried every day. At the end of the day, when all the family, all the visitors would leave, I was so emotionally drained and physically drained from all the people and from taking care of my baby and just everything throughout the day that my mom and Sam would sit in the room with me and I would just bawl to them about how hard it is or about how emotional I am. And so I would really spend each evening just crying it out to my mom and my husband. And they were very supportive and very helpful, and they encouraged me and they really helped me get through it. And for me, being able to just sit and cry it out then helped me to process what I was feeling and move forward. The other thing that I experienced in the very beginning was so much new anxiety over having a brand new little baby. I was battling with this intense anxiety over every little thing with my daughter. I was seriously just filled with anxiety. And so I feel like the beginning was a hard hit of a crazy amount of emotions that I then had to work through and deal with and get under control. And that was so hard. Okay, we've got a little girly joining us. Then came my shift, I would say. I decided after that rough first couple of weeks that I really did not want that beginning of my daughter's life. I didn't want that experience for me to be overshadowed by all of these emotions and stress. And so I started really working hard to change that for me, to make it different, make it better. What my shift was is, first of all, realizing that I wanted that change, realizing what I was feeling and that I wanted that to change. Then I started working hard to take care of my body. I was religiously doing the things the doctor told me to get my iron up so that I could start physically feeling capable. I was trying my hardest to eat healthy, and I would genuinely, even if I didn't feel like it, I would still eat. I'm breastfeeding, I'm trying to keep up with the calories, and I'm trying to keep my body healthy. I began focusing on being much more present and intentional with every day. I began focusing on just really soaking up and enjoying my daughter. Everything she'd do for the first time was so special. Little day-to-day things that I chose to really focus on and enjoy and be more present with. And so I decided to really focus my energy towards the moment and whatever was happening within the moment. There's so many little moments within each day, and as I shifted my focus to just be right in the moment of what was happening, I was able to begin to help my mental health and my mindset and my energy focus or just improve altogether. The other thing I did was I let go of all expectations, and I mean all, because I seriously did have a lot of different expectations about what the beginning of her life was going to look like, and honestly what everything was going to look like so far. I had a lot of expectations, and I had to just drop all of them and start over. And I started over with my own small expectations, and they were expectations that I knew I needed to and could do with each day, and I knew would be helpful for me to have. And so I focused on taking care of my daughter, rest, and enjoying time with my family. That's what I made as my expectations, and I let everything else go. And then this one was huge for me. I started to put more control on my days, and I began to organize them more. I feel like in the beginning with newborn, you just kind of you just go with the flow, you do what is time for baby to do, and you work your things within the cracks. As I began to figure out her schedule more and get the hang of things more, I was able to start really organizing my day again, which for me, being an organizing person, like I'm obsessed with organization, love it. It was really helpful for me. And so all I did was I started with my morning routine, and I decided that's something I really cherish. I really want to be peaceful, relaxing, and I really wanted it to be a sacred time for me. And so I decided I was going to create a morning routine that I loved, and I was going to make it a priority in my days. It's been so good for me. And so that's kind of like, I would say, what started happening for me. As I made these changes, I was able to start feeling much more joy. I was able to start really seeing and focusing on the moment. And I feel like I was able to genuinely be a better mom as well, because I was focusing on my mental health and my physical health a lot more. And because I was taking care of myself, it felt like I had so much more energy and time to really focus in on taking care of Eliza and helping her be as happy as possible with each day. Among the last 7 months, right? So after those 2.5 weeks of really struggling and of feeling emotionally and physically down, I would say it's never been that bad since, but I've still gone through the different emotions of feeling anxiety, lots and lots of anxiety at different times, feeling down about my body and how it looks physically. I feel like in the very beginning of the first 6 weeks postpartum, you don't really think about how your body looks because you genuinely are thinking, I just pushed a baby out of me, or, you know, I had a C-section and a baby came out of me. But either way, there was a baby in me for 9 months and now there's not, and my body went through a lot. And so you don't really think about that. But then it felt like for me more in months 4 and 5 postpartum, that's when I started to really feel down about my physical appearance, because I started thinking, oh, this pooch should be gone by now. My core should be a lot stronger now. And so then there was a new experience of feeling down for different reasons, but feeling down. And I really had to work on that. That's where I decided, okay, this is another moment where I need to do a shift. I need to realize how I'm feeling, and I need to work towards feeling better. When I would feel down about my physical appearance, I would just have to take a moment to remind myself, or have my husband remind me, that, you know, what I went through, the fact that I had a baby, and that first of all, it's really not that bad, and second of all, to not expect my body to be what it was pre-baby. And so it's something that I've had to learn and I've had to grow with. And so now, after the roller coaster of going through, feeling the ups and downs, the stresses, the anxieties over my body, over my baby, I will say now, being 7 months postpartum, I'm at the point where I feel happy. I can genuinely say I am very happy, and I have good rhythm with my days now. I'm at the point where I have learned to better balance my time, knowing, okay, this time I know I'll have Eliza down for naps so I can do things here, or like balancing and knowing how much I can handle in a day, and just being able to balance my to-dos, my tasks with each day. I definitely am better about prioritizing my family, my health, and my home. My home a little less. No, my family and my health though, I really do prioritize, and I don't feel guilty about prioritizing him anymore. I still have days where I look at my body and I wish it was different, but I try to give myself grace for those days and remember that it's gonna be okay, that I'm okay, and that I'm healthy, and that's what matters most. And then I have learned not to push myself beyond what I can handle, and to just let go of the stuff that doesn't get done that day, to really just let go of it and move on and be okay with not completing everything on your to-do list. And then if you're really not completing everything on your to-do list every day and it's hard to get even close, that's when you can recognize and know, okay, I gotta slim my to-do list down a little. I gotta do less, plan less, to do less. And the last thing I would say about now is I am still learning. I am still in the heart of postpartum. I'm still growing and learning, and still struggling, but also thriving. And it's just different each day, and it's okay. So that's my journey. That's how postpartum has been for me. And like I said, it's a roller coaster. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see if I split it into 2 parts because it's so long. Yeah, bye!